morning. It's a beautiful morning down in the Dorset countryside, wherever I am. Doing a long distance in transit and about 400 miles done over a 500-mile day, and it was going alright, and then it decided to start kangarooing and all sorts of weird things were happening. And ironically, a tuner's right next to me. That'll be handy. Anyway, so I'm going to check, because I've got hundreds of miles home. Let's see if it's going to make it. So, quick oil check, water check. Hasn't really used much. A little bit of oil's been used. The water's good, which is ironic because the water's got a leak and the oil hasn't. Well, the only thing I can do really is to unplug the EGR, which is what I think is the problem, and drive it with the engine management light on and possibly in limp mode, but I don't think I want to do that really. Just see how it goes. I'm going to do a short journey to pop up and have a quick look at some I can't remember what it was, viaducts and stuff. There's a few nice areas where I've stayed, so I'm going to go and have a quick look at that. It'll give me a little run just to see how the van is behaving, I suppose, and then if it's playing up bad, then I'll have to disconnect the EGR and see if it's that. I can't think much else what it'll be. It's bogging down. Doesn't seem to be creating the right amount of boost sometimes. At the start, because it was getting smoky, I thought maybe the turbo seal had gone, but I just used a little bit of oil. I don't know, anyway, it's just going to be... I don't want to play too much till I'm home. I'm hundreds and hundreds of miles away from home. I want to make it back. I've also got to collect something for someone on the way. So, let's see how we go. And I can't do much recording, which I would like to do, because I haven't got anything really to record with. I'm using my phone, which is terrible. In fact, I'm probably using portrait instead of landscape as well. So this is going to be great. Not. Let's see if she'll start. Oh yeah. Starts up like a new van, that. That's really odd, in a way, because ignore the traction light and the ABS light. I knocked a sensor or something when I was swapping wheels over the other day. I've got to get back under there and figure out what I knocked. Yeah, so I don't know, if the EGR was stuck open, then I'd be in a situation where I'd think it wouldn't start because it wouldn't build boost. I know it runs off fuel pressure on these. I don't know. Something odd is happening anyway, so I will keep an update, and if it ends up in a video, then you'll know. If it doesn't, then you won't. Well, that was an interesting drive. Cold. Down a dual carriageway. Yeah, that was something else. I think it is EGR valve. It really does feel like it to me. Now, I am at some reservoir somewhere, which is right by where I stay. Oh, I can see the viaduct from here. That's where I want to end up. And I don't actually know where I'm going. That gate there has got a lock on it, so I don't know what that's about. But there is public toilets, so that's a start. I assume that the reservoir itself is behind me because, well, that's what it looked like on the maps to start with, and secondly, there's a big hill behind me. And then it opens up, and I can see the viaduct in the... Oh man, I wish it wasn't this weather. I wish it was... Can I zoom in? Can I... No, can't do that either. Not very good when you've only got a phone, you know. Well, hold on a minute. The viaduct's that way. The reservoir's down in that hill. I'm going the wrong way. Only bonus, ladies and gentlemen, to my stupid, awful planning of weather and stuff like that, is there aren't many people about here. Which would be nicer, because, you know, people suck. Except for you guys, of course. What is this? Look at the state of this. This surely isn't the path. I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna carry on recording because if I fall over, it's gonna be hilarious. Oh, I can hear a stream. Oh, we're going downhill, so that's a start. Downhill and water. Oh my good Lord, Mother Mary of Jesus. Oh my God, this is just bog now. This is marshland and bog and all sorts of nasty, horrible things. It's gross. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I didn't fall over that bit. There's a lot yet to go, so hang fire. Why? Can anybody, somebody help me understand? Where's the damn reservoir? On the map, it looks huge. There's a stream running down and there's a big hill, so I'm assuming it's down there. I'm just going to keep walking. I'm going to do some fence dipping. Okay, fence dipped. But I was aiming to walk somehow from the reservoir over to the viaduct, if that's how you pronounce it. Do you know, I've never learned how to pronounce that word. Viaduct? It is right, isn't it? Viaduct? No, it's viaduct. Come on now. Let's stop being silly. Oh, bones. Someone dead. Right next to a reservoir. Someone definitely dead. No, that's cow bones or something. Where am I going? A brook? Stream? Water? Anyway. Go this way. There's nothing here. I just don't understand. Where am I meant to go? Oh, I can see a control building room thing. I think. Or it's somebody's garage. One or the other. Anything in my van that could be stolen? I didn't lock it. There's some dirty doggers in the car park. You can't get through here. Oh, this is just... I reckon that flat area I shown you of the stream is probably where... Oh. No. Right, well I'm just in a field, so... Welcome to Walking Fields with Dan. Here we are, dear old friends. And we are at Meldon Reservoir. And I've had to pay to park. So it's a great start to the day. What have we got here? This information is for your safety. In emergency, call 999. Right, well if I don't know that, there is some serious problems going on. Oh, it's actually quite nice. I think, yeah, you can walk across this, so this will be interesting. Shame the weather's not slightly better, but again, it's nicer in a way because there's less people about. North Devon Waterboard, Meldon Reservoir, 22nd of September 1972. Do not jump or dive off this structure. Really? Well, I'll be damned. I was just about to. I don't know if it's hydroelectric dam or not. There are some interesting looking boxes lying about here. It always gives me like a weird feeling when I'm walking across something like this that's holding in billions of gallons of water and there's me just plodding along it. You know when you just feel a bit odd about something? I always feel like I'm being pushed to the left. Just me? Okay. Well, it's lovely up here. I wouldn't say it's worth paying to park for, but lovely all the same. But they have got toilets there and stuff, and if there's facilities, etc., then I think it's worth paying a bit. You know, you get in facilities, you get in a well-kept walk and stuff like that. Why not? Right, I've got some noise coming up here. Maybe this is a hydro dam. Can I see over the edge here? Imagine me dropping my phone in right now. boy, she's getting windy out here. Yes, I don't know what all that electrical sound is. I don't know. Oh, oh, the whole dam vibrates. The dam is vibrating. Right. So that's that then. I wonder if this dam overflows. Can't see any sort of sign of it overflowing. And with how little it's running... Actually, no, we haven't had much rain down here. No, I'm talking crap. There was a drain there. I wonder where that goes. Anyway. So, I think this might be a hydro dam, because I can't see why else it would be vibrating and making noise. I didn't read anything on it being a hydro dam. If you don't know what a hydro dam is, by the way, it's where they make electric with water. I don't imagine there's any of you that don't know what that is. Oh. Those digestives have gone down the wrong way, I think. I just heard a very big noise from that dam. I don't know what that was actually. I don't know if you picked that up on the mic, but it sounded a bit like one of them big heavy metal doors banging open. Maybe they've opened the bloody thingies. Oh wow, this is looking cool. Remember that building earlier, if I put it in, that I said about it looking like a dam thingy? Yeah, it's a farm. I don't know if you'll see it. It's over there. I bet the wind's really annoying too. So here's a dam. You can see my van down here. I can see my house from here. And then over there is the other part of it. And then if we slowly pan, it is pretty nice up here. If you can see it, over there somewhere, there's the actual viaduct, which is what I'm aiming to go to, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there or not. It's quite away from here actually if I follow the path. I'd like to just take a straight line, but with these shoes on, they're not exactly the most waterproof things in the world. God almighty, this is getting awful, isn't it? Might clean this. Is that more clear? Yes. Can I see on here if I can see the bridge? Yes, I think you can just about. And just in case it was really blurry and I have to redo it, I'll slowly pan. Because the problem is, see, I'm actually in a cloud right now, and everything's getting pretty drenched. Or moist, for all you people that don't like words. Oh, I see. So the dam can't overflow into the path because it's got overflow channels there. Okay. Makes sense. There's someone walking across that dam. Anyway. So I'm going to go towards the viaduct, but I've got to be back here by 12, so... Although, it says there's CCTV, but I highly doubt there is. I can't see anything. But there might be. Nowadays, cameras can be very small, so maybe I should be back by 11:30 actually, because I think it ends at 1:45. I don't want them to find me for just being in existence, which is what everybody seems to do these days. If you exist, you get a fine. Anyway, I'm going to walk down this hill, start my trek over towards the viaduct. The camera doesn't show how nice it is, but the colours are great. Anyway, I bet this is awful recording, because I'm walking down a horrible hill with an iPhone. The shake must be awful. Look at this, like a little gateway. Anyway, moving on. Don't know where this path takes me, by the way. I don't even know if it does take me to the viaduct, but I'm getting that way, so keep on rolling. Oh, that's cool. Where's this stream going? Going in a dungeon. Oh, Oh, well, I am gutted I haven't got my boots. I wonder if he... Right, let's see how waterproof these shoes are. Because that looks lovely down there. Oh, my God. Falling over. Yes. There's bricks and rocks and things I can walk on. There we go. Oh. Is this open? Yes. Oh. Aw, mate. How cool is this? Well, most of you are going, Dan, not cool at all, mate. It's just water. I think this is cool. Look at that rock formation. Yeah. Very nice. I was up there a minute ago, I think. Unless there's a hill I couldn't see. Yeah, that is where I was. Yeah. It's like a river. Well, it is a river, technically. Well, no, I don't know. What class is a river from a stream? Is it the water flow, the width, size? Because size matters. Don't be fooled. I think that's the chap that was walking across the dam before. Should have asked him if this is the way to the bloody viaduct. Right. Oh, mate. Every bit of me wants to go in that cave. But I'm not gonna. Because I am not wearing the correct clothing or shoes to be walking through caves today. I'll leave that to hell on earth, I think. They like to do it in trainers. I mean, actually, do you know what? It's not that deep. That's cool. Hold on. Oh, I can't put the torch on while I'm recording. Hold on a minute. Ah, I bet you can't see. The torch is on, but anyway, it's about 10 foot deep. And there's just a big rock in it. So, I'm going to have to go off again to turn the torch off. Hold on. Anyway, I need some proper cameras with proper torches, long life batteries, so the ghosts can take all the energy and talk to me through banging on walls. What gets me is, right, if a ghost can hear what you're saying, why can't it talk? If it has the sense of hearing, why doesn't it have the sense of speaking? Is speaking's not a sense, is it? I don't know, is it? Is it classed as a sense? No, don't be silly. Anyway. Oh, I am close to that viaduct now. Oh yes. Oh yes, this is getting better and better. Well worth the charges. Oh, look at this. This is actually really, really nice. Oh, you've got to look at this. Oh. Okay, I'm a little bit too excited. It's just water and some pretty coloured rocks, but it's hard to see when you're... That's an earthing cable thing. Have I got a pylon over me? No. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to understand, like, when you're doing these walks, unless you're used to doing them and you're just watching this for entertainment purposes. But when you're doing these walks, there's something about coming across something different. It could be the most boring thing that you've ever seen in your entire life, but because you've just come across it, it becomes the best thing in the world. And that's what's great about these walks. Until you actually... not walks alone. Just getting out there and doing things and going to see stuff for yourself. It's a sensory thing that you're going to get from doing it, that you're not going to get from watching a video. You know, I mean, one of the reasons that I am going to put this up, look at this cool little bridge, is because it gives people an idea of what's here. And then they can choose then whether they want to come here and look or not. I'll leave it off while he's there, just in case he's not happy with the camera. I don't want to ruin his day. Oh, that is so cool. Look how smooth that wall is. Oh, the way it's reflecting off the water just arouses me. Oh, that's stunning. My camera work's probably really shoddy. Yeah, we're getting close now. It's the first proper view I've had of this viaduct. If I'm saying that wrong, there's going to be so many people cringing. Well, I say so many people. Like 14 subscribers, I think, or something ridiculous. So there's going to be one person cringing. So this is that little lake area. I'm surprised. Well, no, I'm not surprised they didn't put fencing around. You need to have the sense in life, right? You should learn this at a young age, not to go near water like that, because that, don't know if you picked that up, but that really sounded like crazy laughter of a horse. Anyway, that is dangerous, you know, water, deep, danger. Just in case you didn't know. Look at this. This is what I mean. People have had the same idea. Just come here and have a little fire. Well, big fire actually. Now, I can see there's a pathway up there. I don't know if you can tell, but it goes up. That was some finger work, wasn't it? That's what she said. And there's a gate over there, so I assume I'm not allowed through that gate. Well, let's go and have a look, see if there's signs. I was kind of hoping to get under it more than on it, because it'd be quite a cool view. No, there's no signs to say you can't go this way. Must just be a gate. Oh, mate, what have I found? What am I looking at? If this is some, like, haunted tunnel, I'm all over it. Oh, it's a full tunnel. It's not even a tunnel. Still cool, though. Look at that. Actually, you know, it might have been a tunnel, because if we look behind this wood, it looks like there's a separation along there, and below it looks different to the other part. So this might have actually, yeah, I would say quite likely, in fact. Obviously someone's gone mad with the poppies here. What's going on? Is this some sort of war memorial? Look how cool these... I find stuff like that really cool. Look how clean it still looks as well compared to the rest of it. Probably the amount of people wiping it to get a good picture. This is one thing of exploring places like this. You get to see some just interesting structures. Like if you look up there, you can see there's a gap. So I wonder what it looks like without all of that overgrow on it. Mind you, I might be able to find out from looking from behind, I suppose. And that's what she said. Looking awesome. It's hard to see the scale of it on the camera, of course, but she's big. She is humongous. If you're interested of any history on it, I will look it up. I think this was used to connect Dorset with London, Bath, places like that. It's a train line, I believe. I mean, it really doesn't show on the camera. It is huge. Okay, I think I might have been a little bit uneducated before, but guessed quite right. So, that tunnel, what it looked like to be, is this. I don't know if you can... There's that little window, which, must I add, it is quite cool. Look at that tree growing out of the brickwork. I don't quite know what this is. The fact that it's got a fully formed window and this depth of a hole, and there's poppies down there, maybe there's something I don't know about it. War related or something. I need to look into it a bit more, I suppose, to try and fathom out what's going on. But it's an awesome bit of structure. It's a little bit odd, I'll admit, but anyway, I'm going to make an attempt to get up to the top of the viaduct. I did have a quick look to see if you pronounce it like that, and you do, supposedly. And I don't know if you can tell the steepness of this hill, but that's where I've got to walk up, so I shall see you in about 3 weeks when I've come out of hospital. Climbed it. Down there somewhere is where I was. I must pre-warn, if you do come on walks like this, make sure that your shoes are up to it and you're up to it as well, not just your shoes. Oh, here we go. Can you see it? I bet there's a much easier way of getting here. But here we go, look at this. I'm not quite sure on rules, regulations and all that of actually going on the bridge. So I'm going to be a little cautious, and the same goes for anyone coming here. Remember that it's a very old structure, and although it looks great, they've done a really good job of it. There's nobody about here either, you know, if I get hurt. Wait. No. I just did all that tomfoolery and there's steps. Wait, do these go right underneath the... Oh, mate. Sorry, slight ADHD moment here, but... Oh, it does. Oh, mate. Look at this. This is awesome. COVID is fair shit. Yeah, I was talking about there's no one about here. You know, you've got to be careful, because if you hurt yourself, especially on a day like this where there's no one around, you're in a sticky situation. Okay. Oh well, I know where I am now. This is actually a little cooler than I was expecting it to be, I'll admit. I wasn't expecting to be able to like get under here, and I thought they restricted a lot of it. It's got old factory smell. If you've ever gone into a disused factory, I know there's one in a place called Ellesmere in Shropshire, and that was the old dairy. There's now a Tesco where it was, and that really smelt of old factory. They've got suicide hotline here. Good. You're going to need it in a place like this. If any of you out there are struggling, I feel your pain. I've been there. Things change, you know. You could wake up one morning and be broke, and you could wake up the next morning and stumble across a £100,000 clock. And these things happen. You know, we all, oh, it's never going to get better, it's never going to change. All the misery guts, but it can. Maybe as time goes by, and if I get some sort of following, I'll explain why I can say that so confidently. But for the time being, just know that there's people out there. There's people like this who will talk to you, get you out of that headspace. I honestly can't believe I've done this. So I went out on a 600-mile journey yesterday. Well, I come back yesterday, it was a 2-day thing, doing work. There might be a video on the journey. There might be a video on the journey. So I had a problem start when I was going down the motorway. I was getting heavy smoke. It was running really rough. I just couldn't figure out what was going on, and I thought it must be EGR valve. You know, the EGR sticking open, which is losing boost pressure, overfueling, black smoke, yada yada, losing power. So I thought, well, if it is that, I'll just carry on. There isn't really much else it could be. Obviously, it could be maybe your MAF sensor's playing up and it's sending too much fuel in, that could bog it in black smoke. Again, I just thought, I'll carry on, just take it steady. And it got worse and worse and worse as the day went on, but it never actually broke down. It was starting perfectly fine, which I didn't understand, because EGR valves, when they stick open, a lot of the time I find they won't start, because they're not getting readings as they should, etc. Before I left, I serviced the van, and I did oil. I put a new cone filter on, because my same cone filter, but the other one was just really old, you know. And I noticed a bit of better throttle response. I don't know how, and you can understand why. So, all this problem, I've just stripped down the whole EGR valve to clean it. It is like spotless inside. I mean, I can't believe how clean it is. And everything is really clean. I'm amazed at how good the condition of this engine is and stuff like that. So I thought, just in case there's a piece of plastic inside the air filter that I didn't see, because they put clear plastic in them sometimes, I'll check. I don't know how much you can see of this. Can you see it? I looked in there. I know I looked in there, because I remember thinking to myself, why is there no adapters? The only thing I can imagine is the adapter was stuck to the inner side underneath, and I just didn't see it. So, moral of the story, take it to a garage. Take it to them. Because you'll cock up one day and think you're going to blow your own engine up, when actually there's nothing wrong. Oh dear me.